Check, check, check. 1, 2, 1, 2. Shout out to everybody here on the live. Thank you for jumping on in. Appreciate each and every one of you for being here, sharing your most precious asset with me, and that is your time. Welcome to the Crypto Lifer Show. Here we go. We're going to break it down. Shout out to Buddies getting me through this live stream. BuddiesFlorida.com. Check out Buddies, man. Buddies, they'll make your coffee and they'll make it right. All right, let's break it down. Let's shout out to each and every one of you. Let's get that music back up and running, and let's get this stream bumping. It's like I was brought back from the dead. No, I shouldn't say that. After my mom died, it's not even funny, but I do feel like I have resurged from the depths, and I'm back, man. I'm back. So shout out to everybody here on the live. Let's break down Bitcoin. Let's talk about it. This morning, I saw a short to the downside on that 7-minute time frame. We lost it. We got a dump, and we went halfway to the target. We got to about 60,557, and you were in the money on that short. And then what I did right now on the live, I don't know if you guys saw, but we looked at the 15-minute, and we were looking for some bullish divergence. The 15-minute had a very strong bullish div. Swing down right here, swing up to the upside. Oh, let me undo that. So you see here on the RSI, we got a nice swing to the upside, but here we got a swing to the downside. That is bearish. I mean, that's bullish divergence. And that said, hey, maybe there's a chance we get a bounce back to the upside. Then you watch the small time frames for an inverted head and shoulder, some type of move, even some bullish div. We got some really strong bullish divergence right here to the upside. And bang, Bitcoin got that move. Kind of a slight look shoulder, head, right shoulder there. Let me show it to you. I know it's hard to see, but you get this shoulder, this head, this right shoulder, the inverted head and shoulder breaks to the upside. Then you get the cup, all right? And we can delete everything right now because we'll get back into it. But then you get the cup with the handle. And this cup and handle, right? And this is why they call me Savvy Cup and Handy, because you're going to talk or see or look at a cup and handle. And that could be the target further to the upside. The 1 minute broke back above the 200, bounced away. Again, we just keep seeing this. But in the macro, we're making lower lows. And so let's talk about what I basically broke down to the trading group this morning. Shout out to everyone here in the trading group. Thank you for being here. Hit that like button. You know we need it today more than any other day, baby. Shout out to each and every one of you for being here. Good morning. Good morning to you. Oh yeah, thank you for saying that. RSS3, definitely a coin I want to talk about and look at. All right, I got 3 hot coins that I want to look at today that are hot, new, and things are happening with them. So we're going to break that down, show you some ideas here for Bitcoin. So remember on the weekly, I told you whenever you get away from the 21-day moving average, you're eventually going to have to touch it. That was just what we went over, right? So if you're a lifer, you were ready for this dip. You knew the dip was coming. It wasn't like I never just said, hey, we're going all the way up. Another thing that I want to teach you, okay, that most people will never show you, and that's very, very important, is the different types of bearish divergences. So, right, the regular type of bearish div, all right, price action comes up, makes a higher high. RSI comes up, makes a lower low, all right? And what we have here is we have an upper move and a downward move, and that is what's called, all right, Class A bearish div, right? Then you might have kind of like up a little bit, and this one might go kind of more just like flat or down slightly. And you got Class B. It still might kind of go up like that a little bit. At the end of the day, if this kept going and this kept going, they would intersect. That is divergence. The lines will divide. See, the mathematical equation of divergence says that the lines will divide each other, and that's what's likely going to happen. Okay? So that's kind of that's one of the, and so then you have this idea here, swing up to swing up, swing down to swing down. All right? Now, when you look at this, all right, and you look at the next Class B, all right? Class B is, it looks similar, but the lines might just be close and almost hard, and then you have Class C, one, two, that I almost want to go to D sometimes, but like Class C is this, like price action is going up, but usually it's going up violently. So you'll get this really hard line, all right? And then you'll look at the RSI, and the RSI will be going up as well. All right, but it won't be going up as steep as this line, okay? And what you'll get is you'll get the same thing that I just discussed. This line will continue See, no one will ever show you this. This is a gem of gems. This is something that I'm teaching you, that I'm telling you right now is going to change because years from now, you're going to look at this one day and you're going to see it, and no one else is going to see bearish divergence, but you will. You'll see it, and you'll be able to maximize your potential on that move due to this educational moment. Education is the key to life, all right? You can rebuild yourself through education. Anything can happen through education. I had an issue with the internet. I educated myself over the problem. I did some research, worked with my team. We figured it out. We moved on to another movement, right? We found something due to education. I was able to make a move. Without education, I would have been stuck with the same issues. Knock on rubber wood over here. So shout out to everybody here on the live. And the rubber wood tree is really nice. We'll talk about it later. But so see, and the whole idea behind divergence, okay, is that if this line continues and this line continues, they will diverge. They will cut each other in half. Divergence just is like it's like an astronomical mathematical idea that the emotions of buying can't pressure out this indicator too hard. And look, you got into the shaded region. I mean, that's usually when Bitcoin has a bit of a topping, right? Right there. It takes a lot for Bitcoin to get into the shaded region. All right. So there was a lot of signs for a pullback for Bitcoin, and the 21 starting to get a little far away here of price action. So everything that I go for, and again, if you flip this upside down, that is the money printer that you may have just played this morning. We're going to discuss how to flip the charts upside down, while we do that, what's happening, and what I'm talking about today. So this is a key insight into a divergent, and honestly, I've never seen anyone say this, and I'm sure some other old people that have been trading for a long time. Shouldn't say old people, right? That's so horrible. But like more people with more wisdom that have been in the market longer than us, they can see these things and they know these things, right? I can't be the only one that has discovered this. It's like Archimedes in the math, right? So this is interesting. Like if boom. And so the idea is bull flag for me, come down to the 21 or near it, and this thing could continue to pump. Healthy pullback for such a beautiful pump to the upside. And we could even just take a smaller fib retracement here. Takes us down to 52, 51,000. And we could wick to it, bounce away, So this is just kind of what I see that could possibly happen. Again, if you fall out of a falling wedge, your measured move is usually the base. And that takes you to the 6182. So we're getting a lot of coincidences. What would be interesting if we could end up making like a hidden bullish divergence. So like we could come. So look, if we end up getting like a hidden bullish on the weekly. So that's what we'll be looking for. We'll look for this RSI to come down curve, right? Get this downtrend. And you'll get this downtrend here while you have this uptrend there. And that tells you that there's likely going to be some movement. That's hidden bullish, and the hidden bullish could propel us further to the upside. So like I'm already starting to build the idea of where the reversal will happen, and it's likely to happen around here. It's likely we'll see some bullish div even on the daily. So let's go back to the daily and begin to build what we're looking for. So you want to like set this up beforehand. And so look, let's look at our RSI right now and really zoom in, because we know what a reversal looks like. Like let's look at our last reversal. Funny, we didn't get too much daily divergence, but we did get here was that like, a kind of a hidden bullish. That swung up, well, that swung, and again, see how you play with divergences? Like you'll find them if you stay true to them. They'll reveal themselves to you. Like that's a hidden bullish. Most people would say no, like it started here and you're bugging out, but I've back tested these things. And I'm telling you right now, I just sat alone, and once I found my truth, I didn't need to share it with everybody else. You know what I mean? Like I knew that was true. Like I would find hidden bullish when no one else would, and I'd see it, and I'd be like, oh, they can't see it. I can see it. Like for instance, we had hidden bullish here on the daily. It was more obvious on the 3-day chart. The 3-day really captured it correctly, and I talked about it every day once I saw it, right? And it never faltered, and it's this nice chunk up, and your mind will recognize it over time. So like what I look is for confluence. Confluence is combined influence in the market. So look, you had a double bottom here. Okay. And you had tight moving averages, which I know is a huge sign for a move. You got like, you got into this like tight channel here. You got above the chunkiness in the VRVP. And I kept telling everybody this too. I don't know if you remember watching the channel. And I kept saying, look, I said, look at these gaps in the VRVP. These are considered gaps. I said, it's going to be so simple. We're going to move up. Look, and this is exactly what we did. We moved up pretty quick, even through this chunk of liquidity, hung out, boom, into this chunk of liquidity. And then if you keep looking at the VRVP, it told us the story. So now I'm teaching you how to use the VRVP if you're picking up what I'm putting down. And what people don't realize is gaps are gaps. So let me show you what I mean. So once we got above this level here, right, at 52, I saw this gap and I saw this gap and I was like, man, it's just going to be boom. It's going to be a stone throw, right? And that's exactly what it was. It was just a boop to boop and we were gone. You know, it's pretty interesting, right? So, God bless everybody here on the live. Appreciate each and every one of you. And we will be live tonight for the monthly candle close. All right. So don't stress. We'll be back again. The only channel that never takes a day off and sometimes does 2 in a day. But the monthly candle close will tell a big story too for Bitcoin. And we're going to take a look at that in a second. And even here, look on the 3-day, you get in the shoulder, the head, and the right shoulder. If you can't see that head and shoulder pattern and you're not ready for a possible move down and you're yelling at me because I'm a bear and you're screaming, just get ready to make money both ways. Take a deep breath. It's okay. Right? And again, there's no guarantees. I've seen it reverse. So then if you panic sell your positions and we reverse, you'll be done too. This market will catch you. You must be planning your trades. I'm going to hold this for a year and a half till after the halving. 777's flashing. You know, you must plan out your trades. Either plan your trades or the trade will plan you. Like you'll get stuck in that whatever mentality the trade wants you to be in, like, you know, freaked out, worried, sleepless nights. If that's how you like to trade, which is like 90% of people when they start trading, I'm telling you, let's get yourself into a system, slow yourself down. You need someone to coach it. You need someone to kind of slow you down. All right? So you don't stress so much. And you can use the markets to your advantage instead of freaking out all the time. Like, this is so super important. This is the way, right? Can't be pacing in front of your wife and kids, or a woman can't be like staring at the chart while she needs to be like with the family. But we do these things, men and women, right? I'm just saying all of us, because I know there's people of both watching the stream. We do these things because we stress out because we put ourselves too deep in the market, or we don't plan our trades out. Like, we never plan to hold something long term. Next thing you know, we're in it and it goes half down and we don't know what to do. But do you believe in what you bought? Do you think it has legs? Do you think it has potential? Were you up huge and just greedy too? So, like, you always have to remind yourself where you were. And that's why I always tell someone, take some profits. Again, I'm not a financial advisor, but even if you take 10% to 20% off the table every time we get to these very high greed areas on the fear and greed index. And remember, I said it to everybody too on the live the day before a massive dump when we were at like 80 somewhere. And I said, man, every time I didn't sell something or take some profits here, I regretted it. Every time this thing got into this dark region, it's like a must sell something, in my humble opinion. So it's a simple way to, it's a very simple way to trade. Very, very simple way to trade. So that's what I've been doing. That's how I've been doing it. And it's been playing out beautifully. Playing out absolutely beautifully. So I find that very interesting how it works out. But, it's okay. You said everything. We didn't listen. Shout out to Hassan K. Amosh. I mean, I was the bear of all bears. And people hated on me for it, man. No matter what, the lifer always shows up. Just move states. Issues with the stream, market dumping, and he's here, cool as a cucumber, showing us the way. Big round of applause. Preach, brother. Trading takes time. We're here for you. Don't ever give up. Be free. I love you, man. Shout out to Master Friend. Trading takes time. Everyone thinks it's going to be their first time, and it doesn't work like that. Sound is muffled. We could bring it down a little bit. Apologize for that. I'm in a bigger area, so best mentor. Is the sound muffled, Lifer Adam? Check on that sound. Sharing inspiration for tenacity, fixing the problem and moving on. A servant attitude to your viewers. Thank you. Oh, anytime, man. I'm telling you right now, every time I've had an issue, I remind myself of being in Las Vegas. I get my stream ready. I'm all excited. I'm in the hotel room. do my stream, then have fun going around. I'm going to meet a few people, have some fun. I had a great day planned. And I didn't know Sin City Crypto. I didn't know the studio. I didn't know, right? What was the deal? No, sir. Sounds good to me. Thank you. So, did you see the huge Tesla stock move? Aerodrone versus Velodrome. Looks like the short squeeze is coming in. Sounds official. Thank you. What's your take on AERO? 0.61 fib retracement didn't hold support. We'll take a look at AERO. Looks like it's going to 86, man, personally. So the idea was, so the internet didn't work. And I started the stream and I was just getting like what I had before, just stutter. And I was like, man, this is bad. You know, it was my mistake. Last night I set the stream up. I was up till 2 a.m., right? Building. And shout out to Justin Cashmore, who is a lifer I've met here in the trading group. I had Christmas with him like a year and a half ago. And he lives in Sarasota. He's been all around the world, still comes back to Sarasota. I'm telling you. And you know what I'm not doing today? I'm not looking at the numbers. I don't know how many people are here. I'm looking at here, right? Sounds coming through clean. Shout out to Justin Cashmore in the house, man. He sat with me all night. Helped me do everything, man. Built the studio with me. So like lifers are here all the time, every day, to support and to do, you know, I mean, he lives like 20 minutes away. He said, I'll be right there. He brought his kids. His wife sat there with my wife and she helped like build our kitchen and put things away. It was unbelievable. Unbelievable. You know, our real estate agent, who was someone we met that took us out on a boat when we first got here, is here like shows up in the morning. Right now, there's like guys from Macy's building tables, and you got guys building furniture. It's insane. Like it looks like a production out here. I don't even know what's going on. I'm like, is this my life? It looks like something out of a movie, and I can't believe I'm living in it. And shout out to everybody here, each and every one of you. Shout out to each and every one of you, because you guys showed up every day. I had 3 people watching me, and this stream turned into something that I could change my life with, right? And it's amazing what you do when you just keep doing the same thing over and over again. Where you can get, and you just got to stick to whatever you love to do. I love to stream. I love to connect. I love to read all these comments. I love to be here. I love to be a part of your life. I love people. At the end of the day, this stream's about people. It's about connections. It's about getting out there. It's about using this mechanism called the internet to reach out to the entire world from your house, to connect the entire world from one place. We got people from all around the world here, all around the world. Like, shout out to you if you're still here and you believe, because this is Bitcoin, baby. And whether it drops and pops, whatever happens to Bitcoin in the long term, watch this. What if it does this? Nobody knows what's going to happen. But here's here's now a possible scenario. It makes some type of nasty big dump, and then it does an inverted head and shoulder. It turns into a giant, some type of giant ascending triangle. And, we begin to blast off somewhere in July into August. And then, so we don't know what's going to happen. We must take it one step at a time, one moment at a time, one day at a time, one present moment at a time. If you get too overwhelmed with what's happening in life, you're thinking way too far ahead, or you're beating yourself about what you did in the past. You can change what's happening today, right now in front of you. You can change what's happening today, right now in front of you. Okay? These are just important facts. All right? And look what Peter says. There won't be any new all-time high this year. I don't know why someone says that. We don't know that. Sam's Millionaire Mindset. We are all very blessed to have you in our lives. And shout out to Master Friend in the house, man. I appreciate you. You gotta believe that you're the one that's the opportunity. That somehow, some way, you're gonna find something. You're gonna buy the lows of a coin now when this market dips. You're gonna figure out a way. Maybe you're gonna learn how to short for the first time in your life. Someone's gonna learn how to short in my trading group this week and make the biggest gain they ever have in a short, possibly. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's big things coming for everybody that believes there's big things coming for them. That's how life works. When you are in control, then you are in control. You get it? There's no other way. You can't get it twisted. You can't play yourself. Like I talked about on that interview, your mind is your tool. You need your tool to work the best. Bang, bang, bang. You know what I'm saying? So one thing I'm going to do too right here is we're going to look at Bitcoin here on that monthly candle close. We got a lot to cover today after, like, you know, the annoying internet stole an hour of my life. But no worries. God bless it right now. I'm just praying that everything goes well. All right. It's crazy though. I don't even want to say it. All right. So look, I mean, we're getting a bearish engulfing candle here on the monthly. That's not good. That's a bearish engulfer. The monthly bearish engulfing candles are not the best, right? Very far away from the 21-day moving average too. Like very far away. Every time Bitcoin's been this far away, it has to come back. Are we in for a massive dump? You know, if we have to come back to the monthly, that would be a pretty nasty dump. Okay. That would take us somewhere to 35,000, 46,000. If we're lucky, it would be 46. If we're lucky, this white line would have to catch up for a slow bleed to the downside. The altcoins would get demolished because they're already pretty low. So, they would go to like lows we haven't seen ever, right? Amen. Just hold on tight and enjoy the ride. Don't stress yourself out. All will be well. Amen. And again, like someone just said, what if it's a massive Sammy cup and handy on the monthly? And I'm saying this could play out, right? As crazy as this sounds, like this is a possibility. You have to understand, once this starts to happen and the trend changes, it's going to be good because then we can just start to short it. Just like if it was the trend will change. And what I kept saying too is there's monthly bearish divergence, which is like, I've never seen it like that. Like that swings up, that swings down, and you come down to the 21. That's the money printer upside down just on the monthly. And you pump back up to the 200 if we had one there. So what does this say? I'm just showing, these are the worst case scenarios right here for Bitcoin. 43, 44,000. All right. And again, people are going to think on the, people say, he's bearish again if you show up to the stream. But it is what it is. All right. It is what it is. They're making me KYC for a demo account. Hey, man, that's the right way to do it. Hey, you saw what's happening. They're cracking down. Just do the right thing. KYC. All right. You must KYC. And that's what I want you to do. I'm sorry. Anyway, so the idea is that, because everyone wants to believe the market's going to go the way they think in their mind. I'm going to invest and it's going to go perfect. What if it doesn't go the way you thought it was going to go? Right? What are you going to do then? Do you have a plan for that? Are you planned for that? Could you handle that? You see what I mean? So this is just something you need to think about. These are things that are on the table that need to be presented to yourself, so you don't just sit there in shock when the market doesn't do what you think it's going to do. Okay? Yeah, don't forget the lemons. Yeah, exactly. Man, I love caffeine, Sammy. Isn't it amazing? That's like a French vanilla cream or two or something. This is a long shot, but I've been in your trading group 2 to 3 months now, and I've had a great root canal this month, and my lady got laid off. Never know unless you ask. I mean, you could always, I don't know. You can ask my wife. My wife's the one. I don't know. We can't, because you open up the floodgates, man. You know what I mean? Just come to the live stream till you learn how to short or something, and then once you make the money, come back. You don't have to be in the group if you don't want to be. I don't need to force you, Crypto and Bitcoin is here to regulate governments and banks, not the other way around. Imagine having to try to crash the bank in the night to fear people. Nice try on manipulation bears. Very honored you do that out for me. God bless you, man. Sam, I beg you to read Software by Jay Lowry, Air Force, Space Force, MIT, DoD, expert in electronic warfare, who proves Bitcoin's ultimate use, replacing daily kinetic warfare worldwide. Must read, freearchive.org. Honestly, Bitcoin does something bigger than people realize. See, I've always been smart enough to know there's people smarter than me and that they figured things out that I haven't. And that's, Bitcoin is that next precedent, that next level. And people don't even really truly realize, I know I even tear up a little bit because people don't truly realize what it's going to ultimately do for humanity in the end. It can fight a war, a silent war that never needs to be spoken. Just like, look, I mean, the guy said, give me the pen. I need to find the quote. Like, I need not a tank. I'll get it for you. It's like an amazing quote. 230 going to be huge for Bitcoin. I'm selling in 2030. I think when Asia opens up, it'll go up again. You think, see? You know. Anyway, we'll figure it out. I'll get that quote for you guys tomorrow. But it's like it's about like, give me, you know, if my Jamie might be able to find it. He's like very well learned and read. But it's about you know, give me the power of the pen to create laws, and I need not a tank to control the country, you know. And it's how the banking system truly works. All right. God is love, man. Thank you so much for that. And I'm going to send this to my assistant, and he'll make a list for me. And Sean, you got to remind me to get one of these books every once in a while and try to read them. Or and read them, sorry. Power is in the pen. Exactly. The power is in the pen. Amen. So 60,900 for Bitcoin. Getting the fallout monthly, not looking good. Like, look, stochastics want to come down. RSI wants to come down. Bearish divergence. I mean, if we come back down to 44,000, it would make sense. Even if we came down to 30K, it could make sense. We may be able to short this market pretty nice and get some low cap gems again. What do you think about Bitcoin to USD? When you take inflation into account, Bitcoin actually made a new all-time high, or it actually worth less than 2021 all-time high. I see what he's saying, because they printed so much money. Bitcoin's at 60,000, but money was more valuable back when, even 5 years ago, when Bitcoin hit 69,000. So even though it only made this all-time high, it actually made way higher of an all-time high because they printed the money. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to everybody here on the live. Dollar index is down today. Is that the reason? Tone is the play this cycle. Now, power, you know, Tone, I believe Solana still will come back with a vengeance at one point, even if it dips down to 85, 75, right? Bitcoin has gone nowhere in the last 3 years. No other market has performed so poorly. It's simply not a good sign. That's what Bitcoin does, though. It goes up, it makes a bull run, it makes an all-time high. It usually stutters at the all-time high before it rips up again. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it never broke an all-time high before the halving. I'll tell you that. And so what people have to realize is the TA tells you what's going to happen. Nothing else. Everyone is looking everywhere else. And then what happens is 5 years go by and they don't put enough work into the technical analysis, so they don't see the bearish divergence play out on the big time frames. They miss out. I'm giving you the key to life right now. The key to life is to buckle down right now and start your TA journey. Stop playing games with anything else like it's going to help you. It's not. The technical analysis is the only thing that's going to save you at the end of the day, because it has the most probability. Think about it. You want to go, say you wanted to go into battle, and there was a knight, and he was the most known knight, the best fighting knight, and he was able to, you know, basically protect the most people. Now, there was no guarantee, right? There was no guarantee he was going to save you. But if you were going to go into battle and you needed someone on your right, you would bring him. That's what technical analysis is. There's no guarantees it's going to save you. But if you're going to go into battle with your money, if you're going to go into these markets, then, in my humble opinion, you'd want the best, you know, security guard. And the best security guard is right here. You see what I'm saying? So, you know what I mean? It's the technical analysis. So, weekly support sits at 47,000. Really nothing else there. We shot up so fast the last 2 months due to ETF insanity. And so, you know, there needs to be somewhat of a reset. Now here, look, we came pretty close. We didn't touch the 21. Here we eventually bared it out. And you got to look at candles too. You got to know your candles. And, you know, that will be, if we can't close a monthly candle above here, that's going to be what's called a bearish engulfing candle on the monthly. And for me, at this high volume node, after coming all the way to the value area highs, let me double click this here. You can see there's gaps back down that we could fall, you know. So anything is possible here. And I hate to be the bearer of the bears news, but so this is when you learn how to short the market for the first time in your life, right? I'm just saying, you put together a demo account, and you learn how to short with us. Like, you start to learn how to take advantage of the move. You act like it's this, and right, and it's just going to make a reversal pattern. You're like, all right, we're going to trade this move back to the upside, back to resistance, which is, you know, look, 45K. Get a bounce back up. See what happens here. All right. So the monthly doesn't look amazing at all. And I've been kind of preaching that. Also, the 2-week chart is one of my favorite charts to use. It's like my go-to. And the 2-week chart is a little spent. Right? And it's got basically bearish div too. And so the 2-week chart may want to revisit. It's already kind of starting its thing, right? So like once you see the small time frames give you the key, the bigger time frames begin to take over. And see, most people won't look at the bigger time frames. They will miss out on these key ideas. This won't be there for them. They won't see this. You need to see this. Like everyone here I need to see this. We all need to see this. Or we know you need nothing, but you should desire to see the bigger picture at all times of anything that you're contemplating in life. That's just a life lesson, okay? All right. There's diamond pattern for Bitcoin. We shall see what Bitcoin decides. All right. A little bit of support here on the 2-week at about 55,009, right? You could bounce there. And so now let's get back into our like regular scheduled program. All right. So here we are. Our next target for Bitcoin is 60,160K. Even call it 59,560K. Where these candles open at 59,983, right? 60,000. 59,980. We break that, you can see clearly the next support will be 51,650. And then your next support from there would be at about 47,000. So this is just what you have to take into account. These are just the facts. I don't mean to be the bearer of bear news, as I always say. He's the bearer of the bearest news in the world. He's such a bear. Could it be a quick 24-hour wick down to the mid-50s and then a full-on bull run from there? Honestly, it doesn't look like that to me because the indicators look sick to me. They look like they should when I'm getting ready to short the market. But again, let's wait. You know, if the small time frames can change if the 8-hour recaptures the 200, I'll change my tune. You see what I mean? But as I told you before, like the hedge short was when we lost this. To hedge is short. I said it to every single person in the trading group. And again, I can't tell you what to do. I'm not your financial advisor. But I said a smart idea would be to hedge a short here with a stop loss below, you know, right here at 67.2. And it was whenever we broke this 8-hour, right? Just don't want to be right on it. Just be a little, you know, even if you just hit this wick. They didn't get us here on this wick. Right here. It's a shame that I've been like these 3 days, I've been traveling, right? I've been getting into planes, like waiting for people to pick up cars. My car got damaged yesterday. Insanity, right? What happened to my car? Oh, who cares? It's just a car, right? Like nobody died. But it's just crazy how like you can't even, you know what I mean? And I guess I should have paid for, you know, now I know if you ever ship a car and you really care about it, you know, it looked like someone broke into it at a truck stop. So it's crazy, yeah. And who cares, right? I shouldn't whine about my car in a bear, you know, in these like darker times.
Get out of my car, please. Get out of that strange.
But look at that. I mean, it's crazy when your car comes back with a huge crack in the window. And I've never dealt with insurance, any of that stuff. Oh my gosh. Just craziness. Absolute craziness. 16,000. See, people like to know the realness here. 28,000 on my day to the crib. You guys are amazing. Crypto Billy, Ben, everyone out there in the feed, Tom Crown holding it down. Oh, he got his coin vigilante. He gets the watch, the Bitcoin watch. Pretty cool, man. Pretty cool, Tommy. Pretty cool, Tommy. Pretty cool. Pretty sweet. And we should reach out to them, man. I'll rock one of those watches here and there. For fun, I get, you know, see what it's up. So let's take a look at anyway, let's break down. I mean, see people pouring money into cryptocurrency. Like, still, I mean, the red days are the days to buy. And you're like, why? You think it's going to go down? Be happy you had to sell mine for my daughter's surgery now and look at eviction. Need some TA, baby. Look at that. So, like, exactly. You know, it's just a car. I'm blessed that don't sign the BO clean and report damages. You're funny. You're funny, right? Anyway, follow me at CryptoLifer33. See behind the scenes of my new life here in Florida. Find out more what's going on and just jump on in. Yeah, we might even be at different places. There's the Bitcoin hub. There's a lot going on down here in Florida, and people were just getting busy with cryptocurrency, right? So again, we talked about this idea. We set you up. I told you when you lost the 8-hour 200, I was bearish here, extremely bearish. I was surprised when we got back above here. Okay, that was kind of like a, you know, and again, once we did that, I was like, oh wow, there's a chance. And then the move down, we got this little wake up, but it wasn't enough. We didn't break above the previous resistance there, and then boom, to the downside for Bitcoin. And I told you, I see 60,100 coming right now for BTC. All right. So that brings us where we are now. Okay. And so we've gone through like the monthly all the way down, and see, it's top-down analysis. We've learned about divergences. We've had a blast today. I've had fun teaching and just kind of going over the market and seeing it. And I see it just like you. Like, I learn when you learn. Like, together, when we see things together, it's a mastermind of people together. And we have to see this as a possible head and shoulder pattern down to 47. That's just, I hate to say it. It's so horrible. I love Bitcoin. I hold a lot of Bitcoin. I don't want to see Bitcoin take a dump like that. That's not what I want to see, but that looks likely, right? That looks very likely. So please share your views on Pendle. I mean, I believe Pendle's not live. Or what's your view on Quant? I'm planning to swap for more Caspa and AERO. I believe Quant's an amazing project that could be around 5 to 10 years. And you know what? One day it probably will 10 to 20x, but I think it's going to take a lot longer. The market cap's pretty big. Unless something huge happens, it's all conspiracy about like the new system and they're going to be Quant. And that was cool and it ran for a while, but like that narrative really died off. Quant doesn't have RWA narrative, even if it may be touched on it. It doesn't have AI narrative. And like those two things are just steamrolling. Metaverse and gaming also. And then you have AI gaming. So like Quant doesn't have the narrative that took over, right? So you don't want to be in coins that don't have the narrative. See, people don't realize that. You can do great research and you can find the best coin in the world and you can know everything like it. Everything about it, right? And when it comes down to it, it's all about, does it get buzzed? Do people know what it is? Are they hearing about it? Yeah, that's important, right? The meme is scooping up so low, there's more room for them to really dump. Bonk down 11%, whiff down 8%. That 2-month candle was really bad. Close like this, not good. But gives us low prices to DCA again before the run-up. It does. We have been discussing coins for years now. Lifer, we all take dumps in our lives. Amen. There's so many. There's another issue. What are your thoughts on DRC20 tokens with the up-and-coming listing on OKX and Binance? You know, it could do numbers. What is that? What is DRC20? I should know. DRC? I'm trying to think what runs with the D. Crazy that he wanted to take it. Where was he going? I don't know. They didn't explain that. They're just trying to put it back on the truck again and play games with me. Just give me mental heartache and pain. You know what I mean? I've been waiting 10 years to make something with all this manipulation. Hey man, it took, as long as if you DCA'd into Bitcoin for the past 10 years, you're doing great. You're doing great, right? I've been waiting 20 years for Luxo. Wow, 20 years? That's pretty crazy. See, I believe it's better to get in and out into the next emerging trend. You know, technology is going to be moving faster. So that means trends going to be moving faster. And that means attention span. And so that means the way we traded in the last 5 years is going to be different. It's probably going to be better off to hold assets like, you know, certain assets you can hold 10 years, but they're only going to be a few. Most assets you want to be flipping in and out of every 2 to 3 years if you can. In my humble, and again, I'm not a financial advisor, nothing I say, but that's my the way I'm looking at the long term here. All right. So let's take a look at the daily time frame. And we made the right shoulder as suggested. And today we're solidifying that right shoulder nice and neatly. Right. Some say no, Sam. We're making the right shoulder of the inverted shoulder, head, right shoulder. And you know what? I'm open-minded to that. And that would be beautiful. But, you know, you got the moving averages far apart. You're breaking. I told you, once you break the 20, you break the 80, then you break. And then, like, you're likely to come. Like, today, we might just take this massive dump down to 50K. This could happen today. You know, today could be capitulation day. And again, tomorrow is Fed day, right? So the Fed's going to come out tomorrow. There's something weird is brewing, right? And he's going to say no rate hikes until 2025. And if he says that, you're going to see a massive sell-off in the market. I don't know. Even if it's not the biggest deal, they're going to act like it is. And it's going to be a big deal. Yellen is testifying today too as well, I believe. So that's something you might want to watch later on today. Just kind of see what's happening. That could sway the market somewhat. That has people kind of on pins and needles as well. So whenever Yellen hits that mic, she's a Yellen. So 52, she's not yelling, but you know what I mean.
She talks like this. This is my Janet Yellen. You know, we wanted the markets to do a certain thing. We believed at that time that it was abilities. We thought at certain frameworks of the market that if we held stability on those assets and we began to buy securities,
yes. Yeah, she talks really slow. Yeah. They won't do a hike. So it says tomorrow, Tuesday, right? I don't even know what day it is anymore. It does say tomorrow that we will not get a rate hike. We'll be flat. So guaranteed, and this has been spot on. It's never been wrong so far. You know, so 96% we will not get a rate hike. Okay, so tomorrow expect no. It's what he says afterwards, and whether he says no rate hikes till 2025. And it looks like, you know, the technical analysis kind of tells you what's likely going to happen. So the TA says, hey, likely a massive dump into 2025, you know. Apparently, the CIA allegedly has deducted that Satoshi is an intergalactic being that they are trying to track. That makes sense. That makes sense. Yeah. So, shout out to Tyler, man. I love you, man. That's the funniest thing anyone's ever said to me. You're funny, man. God bless you, bro. We should go on a comedy tour together. We do, bro. You know what I mean? Sir, really sorry, but I couldn't understand your view on Pendle. Please share it again. I looked out the window and I saw Pendle and I had a good view of it. Yeah, it looked good to me. I'm sorry, that's rude. I'll 4-hour time frame. So remember, when the 4-hour got rejected by the 200 SMA, okay, and then remember, we talked about this yesterday. Shoulder, shoulder, head, shoulder, shoulder. Complex head and shoulder here as well. All right? And just, no signs of like, oh yeah, we're just going to... Now, it's hugging on this higher low, and that's what we looked at the other day, but it's we only got a slight reversal off that. And I told you, I am not bullish unless we break back above 67.2 now. That is like the end. That's the end all for me. That's it. And if you look at it on the 4-hour, you're shouldering, you're heading, you're shouldering, right? And there's your neckline, and you're about to break the neckline. And again, like, this doesn't change. The measured move should stay the same, basically. It's wick to wick. I would even go deeper here. And it hits the 786 at 45,000, right? Because if you can hit this, they'll probably wick you to scare territories. And then maybe even like that, The VRVP tells a story, I'm telling you, and it's pretty amazing. Yeah, CZ is also getting sentenced today, so it's like doom and gloom all over the place, right? And a lot of people, the MetaMask consensus, the lawsuits, I think that has a lot of people in fear. So... if we were a chicken costume, where did that Janet Yellen? It would be impossible to yell to tell them apart. You're funny. Salama is bullish for some reason, I guess. Sam, can you check out the dog to the moon chart? I don't know if I want to. Hey, did Peter and Marky Mark make it to Florida? No, I left them at home, man. Sadly, the more I allow the conviction I gain, Bitcoin could have been designed to enslave the world. What happens if one more currency is achieved and no more availability to mine? That's the best thing I've heard in a while. We'll be able to buy Bitcoin at those prices. If that is what happens, you have no choice really. And so what you would do is you would purchase Bitcoin, and then, you know, in profits here and there, you would convert it into sustainable things like a solar panel field, or I don't know, you know what I mean, your own farming land. These are important things to do. Sammy, can you please check out the coin safe? Oh yeah, you asked me about that yesterday. So I've been Sammy Bear all day, right? Now let's take a look at the 1 hour time frame and see what's happening on the 1 hour. 1 hour is oversold, wants a bounce, and has some, has some bullish div actually. So strong bullish divergence here on the 1 hour time frame, which usually can give you a bit of a reversal. So what you're looking for now is the shoulder, the head, and the right shoulder. And you want to see if you can break above the 200. If you can break above the 200, you trade this gap to 66.7, and that's it. Like, that's it. Nothing more, nothing less. Okay? Now, how is this even possible? It doesn't look likely to me, but you have a low, you have a high. You're still hugging a higher low. Once you break this, it's over, right? So once you clearly, which it looks like you may on the bigger time frames. And you're like, Sam, so this is what I'm telling you. The bigger time frames are bearish. They are. But every once in a while, a smaller time frame will be, when you walk out of your house and you go on a 2 mile walk, let's just say. My neighbor likes to take a 3 mile walk every day. I think 2 a day. I used to go on them with her. And when she went on the walk, I had to step out of my house and take a few steps first, right? And then it turned into a long walk. Price action's energy, your energy, it's all the same here in this universe. So if price action's going to take a walk all the way up to 67 or back to 70K, okay, it's going to first take a small walk. And the first thing it's going to do, it's going to break above the 1 minute 200, okay? And you're going to get a little spike. Then it's going to go for the 5 minute 200 SMA. You're going to get another spike. Then it's going to go for the 7 minute 200 SMA. You're going to get another spike. Then it's going to go for the 15 minute. And then eventually, somewhere along the line, together around, depending, it'll break the 1 hour. Once it breaks the 1 hour, you're looking for it to break the 4 hour. Once it breaks the 4 hour, we're looking for the golden 8 hour break, which may happen around the 4 hour. And if that happens, we're starting to kind of build. And once the 8 hour lets us pass, then I turn back into a bull again. And, I'm like a werewolf that becomes a bull again overnight. So I know exactly what to do and exactly how to watch price action and exactly when we'll reverse. And until those things happen, I'm a bear, period. And I have to show you that now the trend has changed. And the trend is not in your favor to long at the present moment in time. It's in your favor to DCA into coins that you appreciate. I know when to swing trade and when to chill on the market. I know, there's times to put your money in the market and there's times not to put your money in the market. It's not fun being a trading group because people just want to make gains all day. But my trading group is also about education, and there's always a day to educate yourself. There's always a day to learn. There's always a day to push yourself a little bit further, a little bit harder, and to find out more information. Backtest your divergences. Look at the monthly chart on Walmart, on Bitcoin, on gold, silver. Learn about the bigger time frames. Spend 2 hours today really learning what a bigger time frame does, what it means, and what could happen. Break all these things down for yourself. Understand the functionality of cryptocurrency. Learn about mining, hash rate, right? Understand what's happening with the banking system. Watch the hidden secrets of money. Watch Money Masters. And in the next month or two, really get a handle over why you're in Bitcoin. So you're not shaken out during these periods. Things will begin to make more sense to you. Get an education that'll change your life. All right? Get an education that will change your life. So what do I see happening today for Bitcoin? Well, you could see the stochastics got high and you couldn't break back above the previous main resistance area, which is like bounce. And you got rejected by 61.5 to get crushed, right? And so it looks like we're bearishly retesting and headed further to the downside. Let me look at my 15 minute. And still trying to make that slanted cup and handle. Shoulder, head, right shoulder with a chub. But it's and this is kind of a shoulder, head, and right shoulder. But no. It's a nice div there, but it's not even, it's really not that good of divergence, honestly. I see a dump coming to 57,000, right? That's what I see happening today. I see a dump. And look, because you lost the VRVP point of control here on the 15. This is kind of a side. You know, I've seen these as M patterns. You just don't have the side of the M. Even if it comes up and gets tight, boom, right? To the downside. Look for this to come on up. Now, what would negate this? We pump off. If the 15-minute ever breaks above the 200, I'd be more apt to take a shot. The smaller time frames may fake us out this time. You know, you can attempt to trade the move above the 15 on the 1 minute. Above the 200 if you get it today, but just do it very sparingly. The smarter move would be wait for the 15-minute to break the 200 because that would give us far more confirmation. Right now, I'm seeing shorts to the downside. So the entry right now for a live trade or a trade that and some you can live trade TradingView. Apparently, you API it there. So, but stop loss at 61,660, right above 61.5, right, which is also psychological. Entry anywhere here. If we bounce back up to the point of control and we get a rejection, beautiful. If we get rejected by the 200 on the 1 minute, even better. All right. And again, this could easily get stopped out. There's a chance this is a reversal. We have a pretty good divergence here, but we already got rejected twice by the resurgence. So it does tell me that more downside is coming. Now we jump into BOOKMAP and we see where the liquidity is, and if the liquidity matches what we're looking at. Okay. And you can see here clearly that we have a lot of liquidity all the way to 54,000. And right there, like 56, 57, 240. And you know what's funny is like I'll line this up a lot of times. I'll shrink it down a little bit and I'll line it up. And you can see like this is where we are. And there's my liquidity. Hold up. And so, like, it's check what the candlesticks are hiding. I want it to be perfect, right? But look, so this is where we are. Right? There's the liquidity. And that's where this target is telling me we're going based on the algorithmic measured move. How did I get the algorithmic measured move? It just... You take where you eventually, especially lose a moving average and fall. Like if you swung this upside down, that would be your length of your pole to the upside. Okay. Now, what's kind of in our favor is this could make a shoulder, head, right shoulder. We're getting away. The reversal could be in play here. And again, they've been making it difficult to catch the exact reversal, and that's why I've been waiting on confirmations on the smaller time frames to play. Okay. You have to understand, it has not the same type of trading environment that it's been. You have to change the way we've been trading. See, people that have been following me don't understand that, so they can see, they don't get that this is what's happening now. The market has changed. No. Bitcoin, yeah, exactly. How do you turn it upside down on MEXC? Hit Alt-I. Tyler Lambries, you're going to end up loving me more than, you don't realize you already love me. You're so obsessed with me. You can't stop. Like you want to be here with me every day. If you could, you would try to come cuddle. I wouldn't let you cuddle, but you would try. You know what I'm saying? Because you can't. You just Not that you could if you wanted, but that's what Shout out to everybody here on the live, man. Sam, can you please check why AERO has dropped so much? It's a good time to invest long term. Lifer cuddle bottle. This guy. I open up the floodgates for some weirdness now. It's too ridiculous. Let's go, Lifer. Everybody needs to. No, the only person cuddling me is my wife. Let's make that really clear. All right. This ain't the P. Diddy show. Oh, where's my drum? Emotional damage. Okay. All the weirdos come out on the dumpy days, yeah. Sir, can you comment on Caspa? I watch you most of the week. Shout out to Tyler, man. I love you, bro. God bless you, brother. Thank you so much for the watch and the love and the comments, man. I appreciate it more than you would ever know. No Diddy, bro. No Diddy, bro. AERO drone here on Kunbase. Wow, AERO took the beat down, right? And it hit the exact target at 85 like it was supposed to. And that was it. That's where it was going to go. Like, that's where we knew it was supposed to go. And bounce. It bounced right there. Does it go continue to the downside? It's kind of crazy, man. That's what's weird. This whole market is just like, we're taking it. It's taking people were capitulating out of control at this point. And I don't know if there's a bigger thing coming. Like, they're stacking cash or something, getting into some other. Something crazy is happening on the bigger front. We'll watch it. The charts will eventually give us something, something to figure out here, no matter what happens. So we'll stick to what we're looking at. But AERO drone, I mean, can't even really give it hidden bullish divergence at this point. It's just a massive dump down. It's crazy. That's the level we were looking at, and that's exactly where it went. Already got a crazy bounce at 86, back up to 98. But it's all about Bitcoin, honestly. Like, and you lose the moving. Once you lose a moving average, like the 200 on the 4 hour on a smaller asset, it's a good sign to take some profits, wait it out, see where the bottom is, and then wait for like it to recapture a moving average, on the 1 hour. Like, and then when the 1 hour comes back, you get back in again. Usually you'll be able to buy cheaper than you sold. You see what I mean? So moving averages really tell you when to get in and get out. You get in when they break above and they start their move. I mean, this thing was at 6 cents and it went all the way up to like 234. Like, unbelievable move, right? It's a shakedown. Grab all you can when the lights go out. We're just about along and watch you saying that's going down. Thanks you. Hold on, bear is empty. Don't go anywhere. Did you see my super chat? Let's take a look at the super chats, and shout out to all the fan funding out here on the live stream. Back in the home studio feels amazing too. Like, this is just a great feeling. Unbelievable. Master Friend for the $6.99. Thank you so much, man. God bless you, brother. He said, peace, brother. Trading takes time. We're here for you. Don't ever give up. Be free. Amen. What's your take on AERO? 0.618 fib retracement. Didn't hold support. No, it got beat down. We're talking about it right now. Good morning. God bless. Can you look at Kyle? Crow with knife. Amen. And okay, let's take a look at Kyle. And shout out to God is Love. He talked about watching Soft War by Jay Lowry. Sounds like an amazing book. Gummy on Soul has bumped to the upside. It's higher than it used to be at that 93. Gummy back to about 10.8, and Gummy has some life. They're going to start Gummy staking. And if people stake their Gummy, that's going to keep some sell pressure off the table. At the same time, I mean, if we get the dump, we get the dump. Everything will just... It's just crazy to think that the whole market's going to go down that bad, right? I don't want to think that. My mind's like, no way. So I can't even... Like, I don't want to handle that reality. That reality doesn't make sense to me. You see what I'm saying? I just started a whole new life. What a way to start. I'm getting the challenge of the mind right now. You move into a new house. You help your wife. You're learning new things. You want, you got your kids there. Everyone's excited. And you're going to mope around because the market's down. You see what I mean? And so my challenge is, and again, then if you mope around, your wife is going to get nervous and worried. And you're going to affect the whole family. Because then that trickles down into the kids. And so as the man of the family, like, you need to hold your emotions in. If something's bothering you, like, you can let it out here and there, but like, you gotta be strong. You gotta be strong in front of your wife and kids. Like, this is it. You don't have, you know what I mean? They need you as bad as, you know what I mean? So there's nobody wanting to, and that's why taking profits is key. Like, you don't want to look like a fool in front of your wife and kids. All right? Like, you want to look like the smart guy or the smart woman, whoever it is in the family that's the breadwinner in the chats over here. And that's important. So remind yourself of what you do it for, who you do it for, and why, right? Gummy has a bit of a cup and handle, kind of an inverted head and shoulder. It's hugging a higher low. If anything else is out there, Gummy's hot. Gummy, we started talking about Gummy at about, 8 cents somewhere, maybe even low. I think it was right there. And Gummy did numbers. I mean, it was a simple thing. I'm not trying to be like, oh, I called Gummy. It came out on Blowfin, right? Shout out to Blowfin, because you could have got Gummy for Blowfin. They exclusively launched it here on Blowfin. So, and Blowfin's going to continue to make connections of that nature. Look, if you got in on Blowfin, you're still up 200% gains right now compared to the rest of the market. That's absolutely done. So you gotta hand it to Gummy, man. So far holding it down. and keeping the gains. All right, so Gummy is very interesting for me. Something definitely to keep on the radar. Gummy, baby, Gummy. AERO taking a beat down. The whole market taking a beat down. Crazy. And again, I gave you a live short right here. Stop loss, entry, take profit. Discuss why we believe we're likely going to the downside. You could trade the 30-minute time frame here and see what happens. If the 1 minute or the 7 minute somehow regains the 200 MA, that will change the story. That's how we can reverse. All right. You need a bullish div, which we have here. It's attempting, but, with lackluster movement there. And then if you go to the smaller time frame now, this is your next real resistance, right? Because look, bounce, fell through, resistance. So if you can't flip 60,800, so now it's 60,008, expect more downside. Look at the 1 minute right now, about to dump pretty hard too as well. So only time will tell. I'm not a soothsayer. I know nothing but the fact of my own ignorance. I don't know where Bitcoin's going to go, but it looks like it's headed further to the downside. Another thing that I see here is like a shoulder, a bit of a head, and kind of a right shoulder here, and that would propel you further to the downside as well. So I see a lot of bearishness. You lost the point of control on all the 15 minute, the 7, the 1, like a lot of smaller time frames. And so I see more movement to the downside here for Bitcoin. Okay. Flip it upside down. It's kind of like a, bull flagging itself back up there. So that's what I see happening for BTC. That's what's on the radar for Bitcoin, in my humble opinion. Bang, bang, bang. So how do you make money in this market? Well, you need to learn how to short, right? You can short with 3S tokens on KuCoin. I have a link to KuCoin, and they have 3S tokens. Let me show you what a 3S token is and what it means and what it does, all right? For beginners, but you can also short, so I have a link. You can also short, using leverage. You can use 1x or 2x. I suggest you start shorting with a demo account today. You learn. If anything, you take this time to learn how to short the market using a demo account. I think this is the best time to do that. You don't always get these times where the trend changes, and you won't be able to practice how to short. And then when it's time, you won't know again. You've got to use the market to learn, and the market only gives you so many chances to learn. If you want to take it to the next level, I'm here to show you how. Okay, but you gotta plan it and want it. If you plan it and want it, you're gonna have even better. You're gonna have more direction. Think about it. If you get and this is gonna say you get a new dog, and you want a dog in your life, and you're like, I'm gonna get this dog. It's gonna be great, and you don't plan. Okay, I'm gonna get it trained. I want it to come to me at the park. I don't want it to chew balls. I want it to, certain things you want the dog to do. Now, certain breeds are stubborn. You want to make sure you get the right dog for what you want. So you do that research. And then when you get the dog, you start doing the thing. You guys start doing these things with the dog, right? Why am I saying this? What am I talking about? Well, what I'm saying is, if you do those things, you're going to have a better relationship and a better time with the dog. All right. So what metaphor am I trying to make? Well, I'm saying is whenever you plan anything out in life, it goes a lot better. So right now you could plan out, okay, I'd like to learn how to short. The market looks like we're going to short. I'd like to use this time to learn how to plan how to short. You see what I'm saying? And then through that plan, you efficiently conquer that idea. And then a year from now, people talk about shorting and you're not like, oh no, I'm afraid. You're like, yeah, I get it. I know how to short now. Makes sense to me. Okay. So look, whenever you're bullish, what you do is you look at the bearish tokens here. And you see, look, the 12 hour is pretty overbought on the bear token. So that's somewhat of a good sign. You're waiting for the 21-day moving average. The 8 hour has a little legs, but look, the 8 hour is just getting above its 200 MA. So remember, just like I showed you when Bitcoin was bullish, if the 8 hour breaches this and we hold it, so you want to see that get rejected. But if you do not, if we close this candle, which we did, if we just opened a new candle above the 200 MA. So that tells you, so this is another way to short the market. You short this 3S token. Okay. Or and what you could do is instead of shorting the 3S token, whatever you see the 3S token doing, you flip it. So you go to the perpetual here on XC. All right. And you would basically go to trade bullishly. So you flip you can flip the chart upside down. And be like, yeah, I like to trade when the market comes back to the 200 MA. And I like to trade the flag, right, above the 200. And so I'm waiting for price action to kind of come back to the 21. Oh, I did that thing where I can't like see the screen. Love that. I could just hide a piece of it. I see it too, but it's just like, what I've had to do is pull this all the way across multiple screens, and then usually it works, but that one, oh yeah, there it goes. And then I can grab a piece, then get back into action, and here we go. So here's the deal. So 60,700, right? I was like, I thought I just did this. So what I go is I go to like, yeah, whatever time frame I want to trade it on. There we go. We weren't on trading view widget. So here we had flipped it upside down, and you got to be on the trading view. If you're on original, none of this will work. So you might be trying to do this stuff and it's not working for you. So look for price action to interact with the 21, and then set up the short position just like you were setting up a long. So once you learn how to long, like this is the same, you're shorting the same way. 3-to-1 risk reward ratio. Stop loss below support or resistance, right? Now you flip this back upside down. You see it, and then you set the trade up short-wise, okay? And you make a move to the downside. You put what you're willing to risk and what you're willing to lose, and you take the trade. It's that simple. Like, everyone overthinks this stuff, right? And then either you win or you lose this. And it's likely you're going to win because we can see that the idea that we're going to the downside is highly more likely than to the upside at the present moment in time. No guarantees. Again, this is another idea here for you. All right. Again, you do your research, find out if this makes sense to you, understand why I'm saying these things. Again, wait for the stochastics to get high and curve again. I don't like to enter when the stocks are low, even on the 1 hour. Right? And there's a chance we have a little divergence here. There's a chance that this could be our bottom. So another thing I do is I consistently buy a little bit of Bitcoin in these areas, because you never know if that's going to be the end or not. You just don't know. And because of that, you always have to believe that you don't know what's going to happen, that you're just taking probabilities. And see, that's why people who DCA make the most amount of money, because they're humble enough to believe that they don't know it all. You see what I'm saying? So Governor DeSantis announces the Freedom Month tax holiday. Wow. Interesting. That's out right now. I will look into that and see what's going on with that. But a lot of good things being passed here in Florida. The way of life here is just you feel like you're one. If you just feel like I don't know. I can't explain it, but yeah. Look at Gary Cardone. Increase my position by 1%. My goal is to have double my position by the year end. Going to be a lot of sacrifice, in my opinion. These prices are excellent entry points. And again, if Bitcoin is the main portrayer of your portfolio, you got this. I've always been a proponent of that. People don't like that I say that. Everyone wants to be an altcoin fiend and a gummy fiend, and I don't mind it. It's okay. But I've always been about my BTC grabbing up, right? And again, we should get a bounce right now. The 1 hour is pretty bullish, right? It should go back to the 21. It might what I'm looking for is a bigger reversal pattern as I ate a gummy. But look, it's a My Kind multivitamin, men's multi. Sure it is, Sam. That's what you say. I mean, I can actually show you. Hold on. Because look, they come like this in this little pod. So unless I made these exactly the same, I ate two. I shouldn't eat two, but I haven't had one in a long time. I always forget those vitamins. 777s. Whenever I'm around. So now we go to our 15. And again, the drawdown from the 21 from the 200 is interesting. So here's the deal. Like, if the 1 minute gets rejected by this 200 again, I would start DCAing into a short. You get what I mean? And that's another thing. Everyone tries to add to their position all at once. Say you want to short $1,000 at 10x leverage. You know, you could put in $200 each time. If the market reverses, you get stopped out for smaller amounts. If it keeps going your way, you can build the trade through confirmation. So you build the trade through confirmation. That's the key, in my humble opinion. That's what I look to do. All right, in time. Look at that nasty dump to the downside there. And the short's already in the money now. Okay. See that? Did I lose my drawing or no? Oh no, there it is. It's just smaller, right? So like, have I ever steered you wrong? Like, it's rarely that I show up and tell you to long the market and we dump. It's very rare, right? Look, I show you, this is pumping now. The short right there, the 3S token doing damage. And it's funny, dumping at 12 o'clock in the midday too. So look, this short's already in the money. It's not in the money huge, but you're in the money, right? The entry was at 60,009 and it's already down almost $500. That's a lot of money. Anyone making gains right now on the short to the downside? Anyone jump into a short? Anyone learn how to trade through me, made a short? Anyone just learn how to trade in general and is in a short right now making gains? Let me know. I want to see people make money both ways, right? The market makes perfect sense right now. You see, everyone says the market's not making sense. What do you mean it makes perfect sense? Everything that I teach. The 8-hour lost to 200 MA. The market doesn't make sense if you believe that you thought you knew what the market was doing without technical analysis. But if you use technical analysis, the market makes perfect sense. I hate to be rude, but it makes perfect sense to me. Doesn't look amazing. It doesn't look, it looks like we're going more to the downside. The liquidity also suggests that we have liquidity further to the side. Big red is below you. You don't want to play with big red. All right. It was a nice long yesterday. We took a nice long yesterday on the live stream. That played out. My long hit. It got stopped. It got the limit order hit. And boom, right? Sub 6 coming. They say liquidity grab a few weeks ago. I jumped in the short right away without hesitation. Amen. I did some in demo gains, learning how to trust myself in shorting. Charts don't lie, bro. Yep. 50% gains in the short. Shorts in 67, up 1K percent. Okay. Glad you got the studio set up. Looks good, bro. Thank you. Shout out to Jamal Antonio. We appreciate it. I jumped in the short right away without hesitation. Unrealized you, I'm 7 unrealized yo, I'm rich. Hey man, if you're just learning how to do it, that's good. Now look at the 7 minute, getting oversold and putting in a nice divergence. So that may, that may halt the short here. I take quick profits these days, like in and out, in and out, in and out. Look, a shoulder, that was a head and shoulder that dumped. Look at it. It's just amazing. The market speaks to you. It tells you what it wants to do. Boom. Look, and then they flipped it all the way back to the upside again. Funny, even on the smaller time frames, they're just boom, boom, boom. They're violently moving the price back and forth on the smaller time frames, trying to fake people out. We know the bigger idea here is this. If we don't get back above 61,005 any time today, expect more downside. If you don't get back above the 200 SMA, expect more downside. All right. 1 hour bullish div looks interesting to me with the low stochastic. Tells me that we've kind of got to the end of the bears run here. That short played out a little bit. I don't know if we'll get to the target now based on the divergences. And it's up to you. You can hold the short or wait to get stopped out. It's completely up to you. You have to decide what you would want to do. I personally would hold the short. You know what I mean? Because we're not above moving averages that matter. If we move above them, then fine. I'll be negated. But right now, look, as long as we stay below 61.5, I just see no reason to leave a short. We break and we start closing candles above there, then okay. And maybe they wick you out. You never know. All right. Took the 60,000 liquidity for the 1 hour. Yeah. And remember, we got way more liquidity to the downside now, all the way to 54K. Today could be the day. All right. We go to 52 by the end of the week if we don't close above 62K today. That's a very high probability. My Crazy Rich Friend always gives me trades from one exclusive Discord crypto server with some underground crypto. So basically, I could trade it all, but it made crazy money from it. Weird. I'm swapping my holding price CRO with the falling BTC price. Right. Hey, bro, shout out to Euchre, man. Dude, flopping and globing. Why short with so many bullish divs? Because we're not breaking above the moving averages. You see? Because I've learned, I backtested bullish divs, and they're only as strong as the support or resistance above them. And they'll come through, but they won't play out that well, especially when you're in a downtrend. Just learn from me instead of like fighting me. Just trust me, man. 9.5 hours away from my kids. Can't wait to see them, man. Shout out to Ray, dude. I can't believe how fast you drive, bro. You're a maniac. You're going to be there by the end of today, and you left like last night. So like, dude's the fastest mover you've ever met in your life, man. And when you see them, it's going to be amazing, bro. God bless you and yours. Thank you for being here and for being a part of the live. Blessings on blessings to be here with you, brother. You are a blessing in this world. So, look, I mean, you're in the money right now. Downside 60,005, right? We already talked about it. So, in my opinion, there's no reason to leave the short, right? Short is likely going to print, but you do whatever makes you happy. I can't force you to listen. We even showed you there was a head and shoulder here, a shoulder, a head, and a right shoulder. You flip that upside down, that's an inverted head and shoulder. Look, shoulder, head, right shoulder. You take away the moving averages if you want to see it clearer. And that looks like a movement to the downside. So I could be wrong. I'm not saying I'm perfect here. And I have no idea where Bitcoin's going to go. I know nothing but the fact of my own ignorance. But I do know when you keep losing the 200 multiple times, and then when the moving averages get tight, when they get tight and you're here, that's a move to the upside, right? So we look at it this way now. And that's almost like a parabolic move, right, to the upside. That's kind of what it starts to show you. A parabolic move to the upside in that you flip it upside down, and that's like a movement down possibly, right? And you got this kind of rounded. I'm not saying it's guaranteed to happen. I would love to see it reverse, but this is likely a dump down to 58,900. I'm just showing you the truth. Facts of life. I gave you the trade. The trade is in the money very nicely now at this point. From the entry here at 60, where are the greens? 60,973. All right. This channel will attempt to not steer you wrong every single day from 10 to 12 p.m. All right. You're on it today, lifer. Well done. Shout out to Tyler Lambries, man. We love you. To be honest, I didn't have my home studio. We were running around. There was a lot going on. And that's not easy to be on point like you're supposed, especially when I'm extremely on point. So because of I've set the bar so high for my previous performances, like I need to be impeccable, man. And that's the one thing about being impeccable is you got to be impeccable every single day. And that's high pressure. It's a lot of pressure. It's no joke. Yeah, and it doesn't happen by itself. Like you got to put in a lot of effort, a lot of work, you got to get it in. You see what I'm saying? So on an uptrend, not shorting ever, bear div, I see vice versa on the downtrend. I keep mine in the trend when looking at divs. To what Sam always says, only good is support or resistance. Anything can happen. Exactly. I had to learn that the hard way for years and years and years. Welcome to Florida. Shout out to Chad Smith, man. God bless you, brother. A beautiful place to be. A beautiful place to be. We appreciate everything you do for us, Sam. Amazing. Shout out to Rave Song Records. We love you. I appreciate everything you do for me, man. You're one of the nicest people I've ever met. I can't wait to shake your hand one day and take you to a steak dinner if you eat steak. Learn from you every day, Sam. Shout out to Ivan Hernandez. Shout out to everyone. Put a 333 if you learned something today. Put a 333 if you learned something today. It's a nice div. They got a lot of fear in the market. All right. And they're going to play up and down. That's why the guys who are shorting 100x leverage right near the bone are going to get hit off. If you trade bigger time frames, 1 hour, you know what I mean? So if you're going to trade the smaller time frames, it's in and out, in and out, in and out. All right. You got to dance too. You got to have a good time. You have to realize it. Today could be the last day of my life. I highly hope it's not. I have so much more to do, but I don't know. Anything is possible in this world, right? So imagine your first day just being upset. Is this CRO with Knife? Did it really take off? Wow, so we knew about this coin when it was so early for wrapped CRO. Wow, it did a 5x. I mean, even more than that. Hold on. Wow, it did an 8x. And you guys were telling me about this coin so early, and it finally took off. I'm amazed. Shout out to anyone that had conviction in this and got in. Market cap 89 million now. and boom into the upside. And people are sweating now because there's nothing else that's that hot right now. Wow. You guys showed me crow with knife in a long time. All right. That's a rug, bro. Is this the fake crow with knife? Nah, crow with knife has been around, man. It doesn't look like a rug to me. It's on crow. It's the first meme coin that the Chronos chain ever had. So you have to understand it represents a chain. It's the first meme on the chain, so it's a big deal. It's a very big deal. All right. If this is the one I checked the other day, yeah. Glad you're helping out others make some money. Also give this guy some likes. Show we appreciate his teaching. Let's go for 1,000 likes. Shout out to knowing his power, man. Honestly, I'm here to just help each and every one of you and help myself by helping others. When I help others, I raise my frequency. When I do good for others, things go well for me. So if I can do well, if I can connect to people around the world and give my knowledge away to them, instead of hoarding it to myself and living in fear that I'll never get more, and then I have to piecemeal it to you guys and sell it all to you. I don't mind selling courses. I don't mind selling my time. My time is valuable. All right. You want to hang out with me? I will charge it. That's it. But if you want to hang out for free here on the stream every day, we can kick it. Please explain that short where you were flipped to the upside down. Shoulder flip. I've never seen that on TradingView option. How cool are you? Yep, you're amazing, by the way. Welcome to the South, Coach. God bless Cobb Billies, man. We love you. I just hit Alt-I. Alt-I will flip the chart upside down. That's all. Let you see it differently. Okay? I just hope one day to give back what you have given me. You're the man. Hey, man, just be nice to everybody else in the world and make the world a better place. That's all you need to do. You don't need to give me anything. It's all universal. We're just one big chain together. I help, you help, we help together, and we build together. We live in love. Love is the strongest frequency in the game. When you live in love, you cannot be denied, right? So just get ready for possibly more downside. Don't expect anything to go exactly like it's supposed to. Don't get stuck in what you're doing. You know what I mean? Things are going to be okay. You're going to make it. We're going to make it. It's going to be okay. In time, we will produce the gains. All right. And you got to keep a level head to be able to see the market in the proper way. So I've given you everything I can here for Bitcoin. Right? I'm not going to overload you with some other coins. I do have 3 coins that I do want to discuss. All right. That are showing a little bit signs of strength right now. First song is a trade that we traded a long time ago. Chronicle XNL. It is on KuCoin, Gate.io, and some other interesting places. But if you look at it, it's been in this little bit of an uptrend here ever since April 19th. You see that? And now it may lose that 200, but it's playing games with trend, and it's got some hidden bullish divergence. So I'm just watching to see if it breaks out of this. If it does, and I'm not saying jump on it now, but if it breaks out of this and then breaks above this resistance, and I see it above 2.3 in the market, this could be one of the stronger plays into this week and next week. If Bitcoin even just takes a slight jump back, we want to just... So what happens is Bitcoin, nothing goes straight down. So Bitcoin, even if it is in a downtrend now, it'll come back up. And when it comes back up, we can trade all coins. When it comes back down, we get out again. And we just trade the 4 hour, the 1 hour, and then we shrink our smaller time frames. We'll find a way to make gains. You just have to give me time to adjust to the market, and I'm going to figure out how we're going to nail it. But you just got to give me time to adjust to the market. You see what I'm saying? And the more you've traded, the faster you can adjust. Before, it would take, by the time I adjusted the market, those conditions were gone. All right. So we looked at GROK at this tiny, and I don't have any GROK, I don't, but it was the more bullish thing in this, in this giant cup and handle. It did hit a heavy resistance at 0.16, and it is high risk, right? It's a meme, basically. Like people think it is, and it's not. It's just a name that has nothing to do with the actual utility, all right? The daily looks pretty negative to me too, though, right? Like it's going to take more downside. So I don't know. That daily doesn't look good with some bearish div. I like the coin. It was hot, but I don't like that. I don't like the daily right now on that. Funny. I was like, I want to talk about 3 coins. GROK, it doesn't look that amazing. What is Tamkin? Tamkin is a new coin I've never heard of. Got introduced today. Just want to find out what it is when I'm with you guys and do a deep dive. I like to find out about a new coin every single day here. Tamkins. Let me see here. TSLT. Let me see where it's at. It's only on L Bank. This thing is tiny. Yeah, I don't know. Nah, I can't. Depth is no. This thing garbage. Sorry. I just looked at the depth. I'm like, no. That's why I don't know what it is. I heard the name. I wanted to research it. Now I know. I don't. Now you don't have to research it anymore. All right. So is there hope for Bitcoin? Is there a way out? Honestly, I don't see it right now at the present moment in time. Now you're heavily in the short and you are making massive gains now from the entry in at 60,973 to the downside all the way down to about 58,000 is the next target for me, right? 58.8, 59K for BTC. Everyone's like, but there's a divergence, but you're showing signs of a shoulder, head and shoulder. You're not making higher highs. You're in a downtrend. So you got to expect more downside. That's just how it works. All right, everybody. Everyone, I'm going to jump out for the day. I appreciate each and every one of you. I'm sorry for the short stream, but I think we did a lot. We talked about a lot. I was able to give you the knowledge in a more condensed manner, and I really feel confident and proud of today's stream. So stay blessed. I love each and every one of you. Thank you so much for jumping on in. We'll be back tomorrow for another beautiful live stream. We'll keep pumping them out every single day, no matter what. We never missed a day. We may have fuddled around. It may not have been perfect, but we never missed a day. We made it happen. The last week has been insane, but I made it here. I got my family here, and we're here now. So God bless each and every one of you. Thank you so much for being here, and I'll see you all tomorrow for another beautiful live stream. Stay amazing, stay blessed, stay pocket squared up no matter where you go. I don't care if you're in Florida, Texas, Boston, Miami, Virginia, Hawaii, Oahu, right? Stay in that square, man. Stay in that square. Even ladies, get some lady square. No, shout out to everybody here. I love you all. I appreciate you, and I'll see you on the next live stream. God bless you all. And remember, you all the opportunity. Take a deep breath. We're going through some hard times in the market. It's not fun. We had some good times in the market. We got to take profits when the times are good. We got to stack for when the times are bad. It is what it is, right? So remember to always take some profits. And remember, everyone's like, it's going up, it's going up. And I kept telling you guys, no, we're away from the 21 on the weekly. I said, don't listen to this crypto Twitter crowd that keeps telling you the markets only go up. You're not bullish enough. What altcoin should I buy? Like, I'm telling you right now, always listen to the charts. The charts told us things weren't looking right. The charts told us things weren't looking right. The charts said so many times, be careful, heed caution, overbought, 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 bearish divergences on big time frames away from the 21-day moving average. The signs were all there. We lost the 1 hour 200, the 4 hour 200, the 8 hour 200. I showed you each time why we were going down and why, and we broke it down. So just remember, like, have faith, believe in yourself, and you're going to make it no matter what. Amen. I'll see you all tomorrow for another beautiful live stream. God bless you. Thank you so much for being here.